Welcome, everybody. Jose J. Garcia with Garcia Mohom University here. So, Sunday coaching series. Welcome to you all. Anybody new, welcome. I'm going to mute everybody as y'all are coming in. You have a question, drop a comment. If you do have a question, do not speak until the end of the call at this time, because this coaching series tonight is direct coaching. We pick one investor who wanted to be coached, and that's basically what you're going to overhear. Some of her struggles she's been dealing with, something she's working on, and how we can make it better for her. We can all learn. So again, keep some questions for the end. We'll have a Q&A open floor and we can go from there. All right. So here with me, I have Jacqueline. Jackie, few people coming in. Jackie, how are you doing? Good evening.
Hey, Jose. Doing good, thank you.
Happy Sunday. First day of the week.
Mhm.
All right. So we're going to be talking. Jackie, she is new to mobile home investing. She had a property, a mobile home down in Florida where she is located. She moved pretty quickly on the property, but she ended up losing out on it anyway. So that's kind of where she's a little disappointed of it. We're going to try to make it better for her and kind of break down things she needs to know, maybe different approaches that she can take moving forward to make sure that does not occur again. Okay. She sent me some pictures. I'm going to try to share them as well. But Jackie, before I do, if you want to kind of tell them from your side, you'd be able to break it down. You don't have to be too specific, but just kind of tell us about that.
Right. So I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida. I found this mobile home on Facebook Marketplace for $10,000. That price sounds inexpensive. I'm new to this, and the few mobile homes that I've looked at local to me in a mobile home park up the street, most of the homes are at 75,000. So I was surprised at the 10,000. I went to look at it and it was in good shape. I'm not used to, what sizes are good, but it was 12 by 34. And then it had a nice porch. I have some pictures if Jose wants to show it. And then the owner had moved on to another place. This was a temporary home. And so he was telling me he was tired of people not showing up for the appointment. So he was moving on to a realtor. I was the last person to look at it. And he revealed that the realtor said it would probably go for 15. And now they've listed it for $19,999. So I'm like bumming that I missed out on this 10,000, because I could picture it being really pretty. And for a small amount of money, I showed Jose, that there's some pictures that I shared with him of, just some quick remodels of how to make it even sweeter, that it had a really sweet spot in just like a kind of okay mobile home park. It was a little bit off the beaten track, like in an industrial area. So, like there was just it was good, it was bad, it was good, it was bad, so that's the porch, and it's so nice to have outdoor space nowadays. And there's a barbecue you could have. So how fun.
Well, there you have it. And I've hit present, so hopefully you can see those pictures there I'm trying to show.
That's the bedroom.
Okay. Now, one thing about Florida mobile homes, especially, and they are smaller, I almost call them tiny houses because they are very old mobile homes. They're in very good shape. People take care of them. They keep rehabbing them, rebuilding them. But they're tiny. They're tiny. They're neat how they're set up. I mean, everything fits.
This is the front entrance. So
Okay.
just to give you some little, tour of it. Okay. I actually even have that video. Again, the porch.
Okay.
The porch is so nice, fresh air, The front of it, that's the owner.
All right.
And those are the parking spots. There was 3 even. And I love that. Okay. I love that it's up high, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, being in Florida, of course, you do need some of those many times.
Okay. A nice garden. There's just so many things to like about it, I own my own condo, so it wasn't like I needed to move into it, but.
What I do? Let's go back. How big was the yard, the actual lot?
Yeah, I can't recall. I didn't, prep for that much. Just to the left there was a storage, and there was storage underneath the home. So that's where, yeah.
Okay. And then moving along here.
Well, that's actually the backyard. Plus there was a side, place. But
keep
yeah, you
dropping
didn't
it.
show the kitchen and all yet. So that's the guy in the,
Okay,
that's the kitchen, of course.
there we go.
Hmm.
Right where we're at. For some reason, Facebook, I guess, because we're sharing on Facebook as well, is trying to drop too. But so here's the,
And,
is this the living room?
and that's the kitchen.
Okay,
Yeah, kitchen, living room, same, right? One space.
okay.
So it's really just two rooms. One room was the kitchen, living room, then the bedroom, and then the bathroom. So,
And in the kitchen, of course,
right.
backsplash cabinets, well in good shape. Of course, stove. Okay, again, and then
Bathroom, right?
okay. I say it's what I mean about the whole tiny. I mean, it's like it's good size for everything, but it's definitely small. Period. Overall, they're neat.
Bedroom. Yep.
Mhm. And then back outside, right? Now, is this the back side or is this the other side of the
Front.
front?
That's the porch. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then back to the entrance. Okay. No, I like it. Pretty. I mean, these things are nice. And now this isn't a 55 and above community,
Oh
right?
yeah, it was, right.
Okay.
Can you show those pictures of how I did the landscaping in one with Fiverr? Just it's kind of fun to show for $5. I got the guy to show me how it could be pimped out a little bit. It's curb appeal, right? So, and then I added some decorating design ideas too. Jose has those pictures.
Tell me where you can see.
Oh, that's just the fellow's website. Sorry, not that. It was just one particular picture. Sorry, Jose. I don't know why you're getting all those.
Yeah, when you sent it, I only got one of the, I don't think I got that. I think it sent the actual
Yeah, it was
file.
actually a diagram, but it's okay if you didn't.
Okay.
Everyone could imagine. And then as well, there should have been some design things of a bedroom. It's kind of fun to see what you could do with a small space and how cozy it made it.
Right, right. Okay. Well, that's fine. Let me see here. That'll work. All right. So, and you missed on the deal. So you heard about it. Where did you get the deal? How did you find it?
Facebook Marketplace.
You
It's
just
still
browse.
available. Sorry,
You
excuse
just
me.
browse for deals, mobile homes, and this one just happened to
Yeah,
be the one
I'm
that
new
popped up.
at it. I'm new at it, and it was a way for me to start out. And I like the price of 10,000. But let's see, it's actually still available. It's just now the realtor has it at 20,000. So
Okay. Now, when you did find this one deal, I mean, because you're in St. Petersburg, Florida, have you done research on the actual market
in
numbers?
the in the what? Do what? Research in the what?
The numbers. Do you know the numbers to the
No,
market? And okay,
no.
because that's huge. And yes, when you say, okay, this is only $10,000, that's great in a sense. Maybe you already have 10,000 there that you can invest. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but what if the numbers, even at 10,000, were still too high? You wouldn't know the difference unless you know what the market numbers are. Those
Mhm.
market numbers are going to be the lot rent. You need to know what the lot rent is, not just in
Yeah,
that park, but the parks
400.
around the area. Okay, so you know that. What about rental rates in the area? If there are some rentals,
I
what do
didn't
they
do
go
that.
for? Okay, so you would need to know that as well.
Yeah.
Then what about some ARVs, after repair value mobile homes in the area? What are those
Right.
selling for? What do they look like? Because we're comparing them. That's what we're doing, is we're comping and trying to see and put numbers together so that we can figure our MAO, which is maximum allowed offer, what we're allowed to pay. Okay. So, and again, this is where I teach every investor that you have to pick a radius. A lot of times investors get into this and they may be in a city, in a state, and immediately they want to invest the next state over. Well, they can do that, but if you have not mastered your market where you're located, you shouldn't really be trying to dip anywhere else, unless you're, and I say this lightly, in California, New York, Maine, all those states. Then I would say yes, you want to invest in Georgia instead. Maybe do it remotely, But Florida's a good market overall. Now, one thing that you run into a lot in this park in specific is 55 and above. You see a lot of those parks because most of the parks there are retirement parks. Now, that does not mean that you can't invest in them, but it will take sometimes it may be harder just to get into them because they require you to be at least 55, or somebody in your team, if they allow investors, period, to be at least 55. There's ways around to do all this business here, and you only need one deal to prove yourself. So even if they don't allow this or allow that, it doesn't mean that you can't do it one time and they'll kind of get okay with it and then look forward to it. We've had a lot of parks do that. Not 55 and above, but here, even in Atlanta or Georgia, period, where they didn't allow this, they didn't allow that. But the more we proved ourselves, the more, okay, kind of now we're a go-to. So that being said, again, you know your numbers, you know your markets now, you know what you're allowed to pay. You didn't do any research on what sold in the past 30, 60, 90 days in the same park, did you?
No, it was kind of my first,
Okay,
approach
well,
to
that's fine.
anything.
So that being said, now you see that a realtor got a hold of the property and they immediately bumped it up to 20,000. Will it sell for that? I doubt it. If it didn't sell for 10,000, now I don't know what the seller did for advertising and selling a mobile home, but at 20,000 being marked up, I mean, obviously the realtor's looking out for their spread at this point as well. Nothing against that. And in Florida, you do have a lot of realtors that are for mobile home specific, unlike most states where realtors really don't mess with mobile homes inside parks. But
Hey,
I would,
Jose, I have a question for you though. Is he committed now that he went with a realtor? Is there any way that I can renegotiate with that guy and say, let me buy it for 10,000? Is it possible, or is he committed now to a realtor now that it's.
technically, yes, because he should have signed something in agreement
Yeah.
with this, whoever it is that the realtor, and I'm sure that realtor listed it back out on the market along with maybe MLS. So it is a listing at this point. And again, that's
Yeah.
why they marked it up. Uh, doesn't hurt to try to see if, but the realtor is going to expect to get paid for something now. So it was definitely a good idea to keep them off the deal, at the time. But the time he showed, I mean, it's just one of those things. Here's one thing that I learned from my coaches, mentors long ago. You cannot fall in love with your investments. It doesn't matter if it's a house, a mobile home, a watch, the way I see it is if you didn't get it, maybe there's something behind it. It wasn't for you just yet. So look at it like a learning curve and okay, what can I do different next time for the better? And things to look at that maybe you didn't this time. And a lot of times we hear things like that from an investment that we wish we got it. We would have got these 2, 3 units. And then later on, I hear from other investors, oh, these things were junk, whatever. Go ahead.
So I have to ask you. Okay, so because I was awkward with asking you, like, you'll partner with people, right? So
Yes,
so
correct.
if I would have brought you more, you could have told me, Jackie, go get me 30, 60, 90, go tell me what the comps are, tell me what the things, you could have given me a list and you could have partnered with me, like, because I was awkward with that. So that's where I didn't have much time. He's like, tomorrow I'm going to the realtor. So in the future, is that what should happen?
Well, that can always be an option. I mean, I can coach you directly. This guy sounded like he was stressed, tired, dealing with maybe he had put it on what he thought was the market for a long time, and people were wasting his time. So
Yeah.
he reached his limit to where, okay, I'm going with the realtor. I'm done with this kind of thing. You can't control that. That's just the time that you walked in. To you, it was new. To him, I don't know how many days he had it,
Yeah.
but more so looking at other deals to come. Okay. So again, you know your numbers, you know your markets, you know what to look for. That is the first thing that you should do is
Okay.
start studying the market. Don't even look for no more deals first. Go ahead and all you have to do is call the park managers. Call park offices and ask them what is your lot rent. Always ask what is included with it. Is there
Sure.
water, trash, sewer? There's things to go, and a lot of times those are a bill because they may be separate. So you
Yeah.
need to know these things. Then you can ask them directly, what are mobile homes move-in ready being sold in this park for? And they will tell you. Drive through these parks because you're going to anyway at one point. You kind of want to study and just ask residents. There's always somebody walking their dog, walking in the park, or doing, whatever. Just kind of pretend like you're trying to live there. You're not lying to them. You just simply, hey, I'm looking to buy a mobile home in the park. What are they typically selling for? And they'll tell you. Everybody knows everybody in the park. That's why they're called communities. They know everybody's business. They know what just sold, what's selling, who they don't
Right.
like, etc. You'll know all the information there is to about the park.
Here's my problem too, Jose, that I'm new at this and I don't know if I want to go with single family homes or mobile homes. So how did you choose on mobile homes? Like, I can't learn every market. I kind of understand they overlap to some degree. There's a few extra questions, lot rent and so forth. But what made you choose mobile homes versus starting with single family homes?
Yes, great question. Low risk, high rewards.
Mhm.
Low entry. You can't get into a stick-built house in Florida or even Georgia for that matter for 5,000, 2,000, or even 10,000. It
There
doesn't
you
work that
go.
way. When it
Mhm.
comes to rehabbing a mobile home, it is much simpler, easier, and quicker than it is a stick-built. So all in all, not to mention the ROIs, returns on the investment, houses or stick-built, nothing against real estate. I love it all, but mobile homes check out. So
Great, thank you.
anybody disagree with that, please drop a comment. Okay. Did you have another question, Jackie?
No, that was great, great answer.
So
Yep.
how to search for deals. Do your research on the market, definitely find out what those are. And once you have those at hand, those are going to help you over and over. Because when you do see a mobile home for sale, you kind of can compare it now. Okay, technically for me to make this a good deal, I would have to get it for this amount or that amount. Okay, but you need to start looking for deals that are off market deals. Think of Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace. That is for mobile homes what Zillow, truly a realtor would be for real estate. So that definitely stick with that. Let go,
Yeah, great.
classified, offer up. Those are good, but I would
What was the
definitely
last one you said? What classified? What?
let go,
Oh, let
classified,
go. They have
Craigslist.
mobile homes on that? You're
They
kidding.
do, but here's the thing. Okay, it's good to go on there and you're browsing, but okay, like real estate, if it's already listed, it's probably not that great of a deal, or is not going to last because good deals don't last. So as much as I may, and I don't have time to browse through these things here, my wife will from time to time, she'll spend time on that. I like to find deals that are off market. And by doing so, I'll blast for them. And this works the same for contractors, handyman, material. I will go and find group pages that are in that area, St. Petersburg, and I will go blast on there. I'm looking to buy mobile homes. Anyone selling? A lot of people want to sell their homes, but they don't feel comfortable, definitely with the realtor, or blasting them on Facebook, or they're not doing none of that. But when they see your post, they'll send you a message. Now, here's the beauty about off-market deals. You're not competing with anybody because they're not on the market, so nobody knows about
Yeah.
them. Those are the ones that I want to find, and those are the ones I want to stick to. Everything that's posted, that's good. That's secondhand.
Oh my gosh. I wish I would have pressed it more with you. It was like a Sunday and I knew you were busy with your family. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's more. Again, I always, if you didn't get this deal, maybe there's a reason behind it, but there's plenty more. And where you're located, there is many. There is many, many parks. One thing that I would also suggest is there's nothing wrong with 55 and above age group communities, but there are all age parks. Focus on trying to find some of those in your area.
Uh-huh.
Anytime you have any limitations, even though there's ways around it, you're going to struggle a little bit more than if you would between a 55 and an all age group. Let's say you do get a home inside of a 55 age group. Okay, you rehab it, you get it beautiful done like you were showing me on there, great job by the way, and you're ready to blast it. Most of the people that reach out to you are going to be 20 years old, 30 years old, maybe even 40. Well, they don't qualify to
That's
live
right.
in the park. And
Yep.
when you have that issue, now you're holding on to a property, and we have to pay lot rent. So there's the holding cost. So the
Uh-huh.
longer I hold on to the property, the longer I have to keep paying out of pocket. What is that doing to your numbers, your ROIs?
Jose, what if I was interested in this for the 10,000 and who am I bringing in like for a regular home, which I'm not used to buying myself. There's inspectors and builders so who am I bringing in next once I say, yeah, this is a possibility? Mhm.
Building into rehab,
Well, to check out the house for me, inspection wise. Yeah.
a contractor can do that for you. I mean, we don't in mobile homes, we typically don't use the same thing that real estate would use, which is somebody to come in and inspect it and review it.
Yeah.
We don't do that. I myself up here, I do it because I've done it enough. I know what I'm looking for. But a contractor alone should be able to get this for you. And
And
just
what would
simply,
I pay them for that, for an inspection?
well, if it's something that you're trying to look for to rehab, I would suggest you don't pay them anything. You just offer them the job based on their quote. So don't be so
Okay,
eager
great.
to immediately, I pay you this, I pay you that. I don't pay you anything. Let's see if you can get the job, and based on your quote, then we can hire you and you got the job.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, okay. Now let's take even one step further. Okay. because that the whole thing 55 and all age group and limitations, and they're all good. And I'm going to break down a couple things for you when it comes to how to get around if you do invest in the 55, which I do suggest you do because they're good parks. But okay, let's try always keep in mind the Apple method. You have a buyer, then you have the product. When it comes to, and this goes for real estate and this goes to mobile homes and probably many other products, people want to have a product and then they want to sell it. That is technically backwards. What if you do have a product, you need to sell it and you have no buyers? Now what?
Yeah.
So you want to search for a buyer or a tenant if you're going to be a landlord, and then you go out and shopping because now you know what to go look for. So the same way, like I mentioned, the whole Facebook marketplace, you would go and blast, I will have a mobile home in this area and it should be available within a month or a couple weeks. Anyone looking for a home.
Nice. That's
Now you're
good.
getting emails, now you're getting numbers, now you're getting comments, and all I want is their name and their number, because when I have the product, I want to be able to connect. Make the time when you do have a list of a good 20 numbers, I would go ahead and call them and get more specifics. What are you looking for? Single wide, double wide, doesn't matter if it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, how many bathrooms, etc. Yes, Instagram, I will answer shortly. Okay. So, because again, you're building your buyers list now so that again, when you do get a deal, you're not holding on to this deal. They're waiting on you. You get this deal, you know where to send it off to. And if they don't take it, then you have a second buyer and a third buyer and etc.
Mhm.
Okay.
List of buyers. Yeah.
Any comments, questions so far? I get to talking, I pay no attention to the comments. There we go. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Got a couple more things. So let's say that you do get into a 55, because this is huge. And for anybody listening in that's trying to invest in Florida, California is the same way. There's some in New York. Anywhere you have age restricted parks, you're going to run into a couple issues here. One, you're going to have a struggle with them approving anybody that's not 55. A lot of parks in Florida, Venice Beach, Florida, where we have a few RTOs, they allow 45 and above. So it's technically considered 55 and up, but they do allow anybody who at least is 45 and up, they can live there. So that's a plus. Now, you as an investor, you have to be 55 or you can invest in it. Okay, well, if you one of your teammates, one of your team members, your business is at least 55, they will have to be the ones that go through it and they can put a background under them. These parks are pretty strict. You know, up here in Georgia, we can get away from just doing any backgrounds because we have our credibility. We have a lot of references, but Florida parks, they don't really care. You have to do a background just like anybody else.
Yeah.
So of course, if you're not 55, then you immediately flunk that, for lack of better words. Get somebody that's at least 55 that can invest and treat it as yours. You know, as long as you're there, that home is technically your home. You live in it. Most of these parks don't allow subleasing, so you can forget that. I'm going to come in and I'm going to rehab it, make it pretty, whatever, and I'm going to turn it into a rental. And not happening. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fix it up and sell it. And not happening.
Mhm.
They don't want that. Okay, here's how you go around that. I
Yeah.
come in and take this property. Okay, it is mine. That's all they need to know, because again, all you have to do is one deal, and then I'm going to brag about it. I'm either going to get accepted or I'm going to get kicked out. I take this one mobile home. Okay, and during this time, I'm the tenant, I'm the owner, everything. I'm just happen to be rehabbing it. They can't tell me I can't rehab. I don't like the way it looks. Maybe I'm like Jackie. She wants to make a beautiful landscape. I'm okay with that. So we're doing that. After a month and a half, we're done. Well, there's no rules against I can't sell it, right? I don't have to live there. You can't force me to live here. So I decide I want to sell it. Now I can't sublease, but there's no rule against I can't finance. I want to help somebody out. You know, if it was BB&T, Wells Fargo, et cetera, banks, they'd have no issue. But somehow I'm an issue. It doesn't work that way. It's the same type of agreements. I'm simply financing for somebody. I'm out of the picture. The end buyer there owns the home. They have to do a background through the park, and I'm out of the picture, nothing more than the financer. They can't be against you for that. That's going to take some calls. It's going to take some follow-ups and a lot of convincing many times, especially in parks that don't allow this. The parks that always give you the most trouble are parks that have had investors, quotations, try to do this, and they kind of get burnt on that. So now you and I come along and, well, to them, we're just another investor. So we got to bypass that.
Mhm.
Any questions, anyone? Jack, any questions on that so far? Okay. The Facebook Marketplace, back to that for a minute. Along with finding deals, getting rid of deals, finding buyers, do the same thing. One thing that I continue to see people do is they'll get a property and then they're scrambling for material, they're scrambling for a buyer, they're scrambling for contractors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, do it backwards and have all the above. To get material, because that's huge. Let me talk into that for like a minute. Every time I tell people what it would cost me to rehab a mobile home, I repeatedly get, and this is more from real estate, I can't get a rehab for that. And my answer is typically, no, you cannot, but I can. And the reason behind that is I know where to shop for. It takes a team to be able to invest in these mobile homes, and you have to have somebody looking for material, somebody blasting it on social media, somebody looking for deals, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe that's all you, one person, that's fine. But your material can't come from Home Depot, Lowe's, nothing against them. But if every time you need a piece of material, you're running to these home improvement stores, well, you're paying top dollar for everything you're buying. That's not investing in mobile homes. We use, again, Facebook Marketplace. I'm looking for rolls of carpet, rolls of vinyl. I need some plywood sheets. I need this. Anyone selling? And a lot of people are going to message you on there. Hey, I just had my house rehabbed. I have a bunch of material. If you want it, just come get it. To them, it's an inconvenience. And I've said this in other videos, and I cannot get over one individual had a house he had just rebuilt. It looked like a 3-story house, maybe. He had 25 sheets of sheetrock. Now, for those of you who know how much that costs each sheet, he had 25 of those sitting in his garage, and apparently the contractors had just left it. Maybe it was part of the material they were supposed to use. They didn't need it, whatever it was. He just wanted it gone. Somebody, please just come and get this out of my home. You can have it. That's a few $100 minimum. So, and if you know mobile homes, 25 sheets, you could just about do the entire mobile home with that. So you see, you have to shop smartly, but you have to be getting all these things lined up. When you get that one deal, it is go time. Everything is in place. It is just timing. Go, 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 so that you can keep
Yeah.
going. All right, Jackie, I think that about does everything I can throw at you at one time. I definitely love to keep coaching you, and helping you any way I can. But let's take, if you have any questions, I'll let you go, and then anybody on the floor that wants to ask. Instagram, I saw a couple questions, I think. Any questions, Jackie? You good?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Anyone on the floor? Prem, thank you, sir. Glad you can make it. Facebook, I think it's cooperating. I haven't heard an echo yet. I hope it's talking over there anyway.
Oh, yeah, that happened last week.
I'm going to drop a couple comments on here myself for those of you that are on. Everyone, anybody has additional questions on this or wants to talk about coaching, there's my email. There's our website there. I'll give you a couple advertisements here in a minute. I'll give you another minute. Any questions? Does not have to be on this topic. I mean, open floor Q&A is anything mobile home related, mobile home investing. So any way I can help you at this time, this is your time. Take it. I lost my notes. Oh, I'll put it up. All right. Well, y'all are thinking on that. Let me give you a couple announcements. I think I'm getting most sites to work for me, so that's looking good. Meetup. Meetup is not something I use a whole lot till here lately, and then I took over a group, and that's what they use. So I kind of took over that, and now I'm part of Meetup. So if you want to look at what is our latest coachings, whether it's Zoom, live events, any of the above, we're trying to blast everything on there, as long with our website, which the website I put, GarciaMHU.com. Mobile Home Mania, and here I'll put it on here as well. That is what our that's what our meetup is. If you go to that and subscribe, you will get alerts every time we have an event coming up. Y'all already know every Sunday coaching series at 8 p.m. Something similar to this, we'll keep doing. We have a few guests that will be coming on the show here soon, probably as early as next Sunday, maybe. And they'll be here to help. Great experience. They're mobile home investing veterans. Some of them y'all gonna like. Good stuff they do. but definitely follow us on that. And then second Saturday of every month, which the first one would be July 10th. We are live in Beaufort, Georgia. For those of you that are local, I wouldn't suggest anybody travel, something like that. I mean, that is a simple just meet, network kind of thing. It's up to you. Beaufort, Georgia, every second Saturday at from 12 p.m. to 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe tops, couple hours. Great networking. So we do that. And then the next shadow event, for those of you asking, live shadow event will be East Georgia this time, and we're looking at July 17th. So that's the following Saturday after that. 10 a.m. till 1:30, 2 o'clock. Great information on that, similar to what we did, but we actually go inside mobile homes and we break them down step by step. This is what you need to do, what you need to look for, etc. We have contractors, handyman, park managers, park owners, the whole team. They can answer every question you have. So anybody interested in that, also let me know. I think about spot ed. Of course, don't forget Tuesdays. We have some of you asking about packages. I want a mobile home with land. Okay, well, we have 3 deals at this time that we just put on the Let's Do Deals sheet. You will be able to see it this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely log on to that as well. Any questions? Anyone? Y'all keep sending me emails, suggestions, ideas, what you want me to do these calls on. Like I said, we're not restarting this over anytime soon. I think we're just going to keep it going. There are 2 Sundays that are already covered. Like I said, we have guests talking. One individual is from Texas, and he is doing phenomenal, to say the least. He has a park, he has homes, he's doing packages, he's flipping, wholesaling. I mean, this guy's busy. He's awesome. I've had him on my podcast. You may know who he is, but I'm going to have him on this call, and he's going to be able to share a lot of knowledge with y'all. So that's one. And then we have another one that was supposed to be on a call, I think a couple weeks back, and all he does is moves them. A lot of you are concerned about moving a mobile home. Well, this guy here specializes in nothing but moving them. If it can't be moved, he doesn't want it. Kind of the opposite of what most of us do. So he'll be able to come and talk as well. But send me suggestions, topics y'all want to talk about. If anybody else would want to do a coaching like Miss Jackie here was able to do, let me know. I don't mind doing something like that. Maybe a different topic next time. We can definitely break it down. And again, it is all about giving back and helping any and everybody. That's what we're here for. Anyone, questions, comments, suggestions, concerns? Call is being recorded, so I'll blast it on YouTube first thing in the morning. By tomorrow night, you'll have it on there. You can go back and rewatch that as well. All right, it is after 8:30. I don't see any questions. Instagram, you have yourself a good night. And we're going to do the same thing for Zoom. So hope to see you all on Tuesday. Jackie, thank you for coming on here. All your great questions. We look forward to working with you, and let's see how we can help you out. The same for all of y'all. Have a good night.